Throughout history, some of the most profound insights often went ignored until they proved undeniably true. Such was the case when Elon Musk, renowned for his forward-thinking ideas, shed light on the potential of the Filipino workforce, a revelation that many in the West failed to take seriously. In a world captivated by the rise of artificial intelligence, automation, and digital revolutions, the focus was heavily on machines replacing human effort. But Musk saw things differently. He didn't just see Filipinos as workers, he saw them as innovators, problem solvers, and pioneers capable of shaping industries in ways no algorithm ever could. While corporate giants were busy investing in the latest technologies and pouring billions into automation, Musk made a bold prediction about the untapped potential of Filipinos. From Silicon Valley boardrooms to global investors, his words were dismissed as eccentric musings. The West was engrossed with the idea that the future would be dominated by robots and data-driven systems. However, Musk recognized something that the world was overlooking. The Filipino people possess qualities, adaptability, resilience, intelligence, and sheer determination that machines simply cannot replicate. Fast forward to the present, and the tides have started to shift. Industries across the globe are now grappling with efficiency challenges and are revisiting their strategies for sustained growth. The world is slowly waking up to what Musk had seen years ago. The Filipino workforce, once underestimated, is now becoming a cornerstone of innovation and efficiency in sectors spanning technology, engineering, and beyond. So how did this come to pass? How did the Philippines go from being largely dismissed to emerging as one of the fastest growing economies in Asia? Musk's foresight played a pivotal role in this transformation. While other tech giants focused on Silicon Valley, China, or other established hubs, Musk quietly turned his attention to the Philippines. Unlike many who viewed the country merely as an outsourcing destination, he saw it for what it truly was, a nation brimming with talent, creativity, and problem-solving capabilities. Filipinos are not just workers, they are architects of ideas and solutions. Musk identified this early on. He saw their ability to adapt to challenges, thrive under pressure, and fuel ambitious projects that would leave a lasting mark on the world. While automation may promise efficiency, it cannot emulate the ingenuity and human touch that Filipinos bring to the table. Today, as industries navigate a rapidly changing landscape, the Filipino workforce is becoming indispensable. From Silicon Valley startups to global corporations, the demand for Filipino talent is growing exponentially. Their unique combination of technical expertise, creativity, and resilience is proving to be a game changer. It's no surprise that Musk's recognition of this potential gave him a significant edge over his counterparts. While others focus solely on machines, Musk's investment in human talent is yielding unparalleled results. This journey highlights an essential truth about innovation and growth. Success doesn't come from merely chasing trends or relying on technology. It stems from recognizing the value of human capabilities, investing in people, and fostering an environment where talent can flourish. Musk's foresight in valuing Filipino professionals serves as a reminder that the future is not just about machines, it's about humans leading the charge. As industries worldwide begin to embrace the Filipino workforce, the Philippines itself is undergoing a remarkable transformation. Once overlooked on the global stage, it is now emerging as a powerhouse of ideas and innovation. The country is no longer merely catching up with other economies, it is leading the way. And with its young, educated, and tech-savvy workforce, the Philippines is poised to shape the future in ways that few could have imagined. Elon Musk's story is a testament to the importance of vision and the ability to see potential where others see none. His decision to recognize and invest in Filipino talent is proving to be a masterstroke. While others dismissed his warnings, they are now scrambling to leverage the same workforce he acknowledged years ago. The Filipino people are proving that they are not just participants in this global shift. They are leaders. Their influence spans industries and borders, and their contributions are shaping a brighter future for the Philippines and the world. Musk's story reminds us that true innovation lies not only in technology but in people, the heart and soul of progress. In a time when Tesla was scoffed at as impractical and SpaceX dismissed as a billionaire's fantasy, Elon Musk was already setting his sights on revolutionary ideas. While the tech world concentrated on Silicon Valley and China and viewed the Philippines as merely a hub for call centers and customer service, Musk saw far beyond those stereotypes. He envisioned untapped potential, a wealth of engineers, software developers, and technical specialists who could help reshape the future of technology. SpaceX needed top-tier minds to refine its rocket systems, and Tesla relied on innovation to stay ahead in AI and battery technology. Musk knew exactly where to look. He recognized something extraordinary in the Philippines, a rare combination of talent and latent potential that could redefine global industries. While many Western leaders overlooked the country, Musk understood its significance and saw it as more than just a business move. To him, it was about paving the way for the next industrial and technological revolution. As others dismissed the Philippines, Musk quietly began incorporating Filipino software engineers into groundbreaking projects centered on artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation. Their adaptability, problem-solving skills, and creativity became crucial components of SpaceX and Tesla's ambitious developments. But Musk's foresight extended beyond AI. He also spotted engineering talent, particularly in microelectronics, an essential aspect of Tesla's manufacturing process. While Silicon Valley and Beijing were regarded as the go-to locations for technical expertise, Musk discovered that some of the best microelectronics engineers were graduating from Philippine universities, ready to excel if given the opportunity. Meanwhile, industry titans like Mark Zuckerberg were focused on tweaking algorithms to maximize engagement and add revenue. Musk, however, was launching satellites. His vision went beyond traditional tech ventures, culminating in a landmark decision in 2022. That year, he introduced Starlink to the Philippines, making it one of the first countries in Southeast Asia to access his groundbreaking satellite internet service. Starlink was not just about providing faster internet. For Musk, it was about unlocking opportunities for the Filipino workforce. For years, poor internet infrastructure in the Philippines hindered talented freelancers, remote engineers, and tech innovators. No matter how skilled they were, these professionals faced difficulties in competing on a global scale due to constant outages and monopolized telecom networks. Musk saw the problem and decided to tackle it head-on. The introduction of Starlink transformed everything. Almost overnight, Filipino programmers gained the ability to collaborate in real time with teams from Silicon Valley, London, and beyond, without lag, without disruptions. This single innovation opened doors to new opportunities, allowing Filipinos to compete more effectively in the global digital economy. With better infrastructure in place, the world finally began to take notice of what Musk had recognized all along. The Philippines was not just a center for outsourced labor. It was a country filled with driven, resourceful individuals ready to lead innovation across multiple industries. Musk's early acknowledgement of Filipino talent gave him a significant advantage, positioning him ahead of competitors in utilizing this untapped resource. So, what happens next? The challenges that held back Filipino talent, slow internet, limited access to global networks, and an underdeveloped tech ecosystem are slowly being addressed. Thanks to pioneers like Musk, the Filipino workforce now has the tools to thrive on the global stage. Collaborations that once seemed impossible are becoming the norm as Filipino tech professionals work seamlessly with teams across continents. This transformation also serves as a reminder of the power of vision. Musk's ability to see value where others saw none demonstrates the importance of investing in people, not just machines or trends. His decision to recognize the Philippines as a hub of innovation highlights a deeper truth. The future belongs to those who dare to think differently. The Filipino workforce is now proving its worth as a force to be reckoned with, not merely as workers, but as innovators shaping industries. With improved infrastructure and greater opportunities, the Philippines is poised to take its place among global leaders in technology and innovation. And as the world catches up to Musk's insight, the impact of Filipino talent will only continue to grow. For years, Western leaders and media outlets failed to see the Philippines for what it truly is, a rising technology powerhouse. They dismissed the country as little more than an outsourcing hub, a destination for call centers and customer service. But Elon Musk, known for his visionary thinking, saw something entirely different. Long before the rest of the world took notice, Musk recognized the unique potential of the Filipino workforce, not as cheap labor, but as a force capable of shaping industries and driving innovation in transformative ways. It wasn't just about building AI models or pitching investors via crystal-clear video calls. Musk's investments in the Philippines were about laying the foundation for something much bigger. He saw the growing tech-savvy workforce, the entrepreneurial spirit, and the hunger for innovation that defined the nation. For Musk, this wasn't just a business strategy, it was a belief in Filipino talent and what it could achieve. For decades, Western billionaires, investors, and policymakers relied heavily on IQ tests and flawed global rankings to identify the nations with the best minds. Time and time again, these rankings placed the Philippines below countries like China, Japan, and South Korea, perpetuating the harmful myth that Filipino intelligence was somehow inferior. The world accepted this narrative without questions. But Musk saw through the numbers and understood what others ignored. The truth is that intelligence cannot be reduced to a simple test score. IQ tests don't measure resilience, the ability to rise above adversity and thrive. They fail to capture creativity, the skill to think outside the box when resources are limited. And they certainly overlook adaptability, the capacity to learn, unlearn, and innovate at remarkable speeds. These traits, however, are what define the Filipino workforce and set it apart on the global stage. While the West remained blind to this, Musk embraced it. Investors overlooked the Philippines, assuming a lower ranking meant lower capability, and failed to see a nation filled with problem solvers, self-starters, and innovators. Musk, however, understood what others didn't and made his move before it was too late. Today, as the world begins to awaken to the truth, one question looms large. Is the West too far behind? While policymakers and corporations obsessed over rankings and scores, Filipino engineers were quietly building the AI and software powering global tech giants. Filipino scientists made groundbreaking advancements in medical research, saving countless lives. Filipino cybersecurity experts protected major financial institutions from digital threats, ensuring stability in an increasingly uncertain world. These contributions went largely unnoticed by the West, but their impact is undeniable. Musk's faith in Filipino talent is now proving to be one of his most strategic decisions. His investments have spotlighted the immense capabilities of the Filipino workforce, demonstrating to the world that this nation is more than its stereotypes. Filipino professionals are not merely participants in the tech revolution. They are leaders, shaping the future of industries ranging from artificial intelligence to medical research to cybersecurity. As the global economy continues to evolve, the Philippines is no longer just catching up. It's paving its own way. With better infrastructure and newfound recognition, Filipino data scientists, engineers, and innovators are breaking barriers. Musk's decision to bring Starlink to the Philippines was a game changer. By addressing the issue of unreliable internet, he unlocked countless opportunities for Filipino freelancers, startups, and tech visionaries. Suddenly, the Philippines was able to compete on equal footing with other global players, collaborating seamlessly across borders and redefining what is possible. The lesson in all of this is clear. Talent cannot be measured by outdated metrics or narrow tests. True innovation stems from creativity, resilience, and adaptability, all qualities the Filipino workforce has in abundance. Musk's foresight serves as a reminder that success comes from seeing potential where others don't and acting on it. The Philippines is now stepping into the spotlight as a hub of innovation, driven by its people and their unrelenting determination to thrive. As the world catches up to Musk's vision, one thing is certain. The Filipino workforce is an unstoppable force ready to lead the charge in shaping the future. Elon Musk has always prioritized results over outdated metrics and academic elitism. He wasn't concerned with test scores or rankings, he focused on outcomes, and the outcomes were undeniable. Filipino programmers became some of the most adept problem solvers in Silicon Valley. Filipino aerospace engineers played key roles in designing components for SpaceX and Boeing. Filipino medical professionals emerged as pioneers in robotic surgery and telemedicine. These contributions came from a country that global rankings consistently underrated, labeling it as low IQ. Yet these individuals weren't merely competing, they were outperforming their counterparts from supposedly smarter nations. As the world begins to acknowledge this truth, one thing stands out. Musk saw the potential of the Philippines long before anyone else. He recognized the country's future as a key player in global innovation. Now, the question remains, how long will it take for the rest of the world to catch up? While many Western firms viewed the Philippines through a narrow lens as a hub for call centers and outsourcing, Musk saw beyond these stereotypes. He identified a gold mine of untapped potential, a nation brimming with thinkers, builders, and innovators ready to shape the future. As others dismissed the Philippines, Musk made bold moves to leverage its talent. Today, the tide is turning, and global institutions are partnering with Filipino scientists to tackle cutting-edge research and development challenges. The same investors who once ignored Filipino talent are now scrambling to hire them. Countries that once dismissed the Philippines are studying its education system, eager to understand how this so-called low IQ workforce is consistently outperforming expectations. The myth of Filipino inferiority has been shattered, and the price for underestimating this talent is now being paid by those who believed the flawed narrative. Filipinos are proving themselves on the global stage, not just as workers, but as innovators capable of reshaping in industries and leading the charge into the future. The rest of the world is finally waking up to what Elon Musk saw all along, that the Philippines is not just rising, it's becoming a force to be reckoned with. As the world reevaluates its stance, one truth becomes evident. Betting against Filipino talent is no longer an option. What many people don't realize is that the Philippines wasn't always underestimated. In the early 20th century, it stood out as one of Asia's most promising economies. The country attracted investment from American, Spanish, and Japanese financiers who saw its potential in industries such as agriculture, manufacturing, and infrastructure. At the center of this vibrant economy was Manila, famously referred to as the Pearl of the Orient. It wasn't just another city, it was a bustling hub of commerce and trade that drew businesses and investors from all corners of the world. The Philippines had everything going for it: abundant natural resources, a strategic locations, and a largely English-speaking population. These factors made it a prime destination for foreign investment. During the American colonial era, the United States played a significant role in shaping the country's economic policies. For a time, the Philippines flourished, growing into one of Southeast Asia's most advanced economies. Even after gaining independence in 1946, it maintained this standing. However, beneath this prosperity, cracks had begun to form. Political instability, government mismanagement, and ill-conceived economic policies gradually slowed the nation's progress. By the 1960s, the warning signs were undeniable. Corruption, excessive bureaucracy, and unpredictable policy decisions eroded investor confidence, and at the same time, neighboring countries like South Korea and Taiwan embarked on ambitious industrialization programs that propelled their economies forward, leaving the Philippines trailing behind. The turning point came during the 1970s and 1980s. While some industries such as mining and manufacturing continued to attract foreign capital, the nation faced a series of economic crises and political upheavals. These events shattered investor confidence and further hampered economic growth. While its neighbors surged ahead, leveraging bold strategies to build thriving economies, the Philippines struggled to keep pace. But here's the twist. Despite falling behind, the Philippines' story is far from over. Its rich resources, entrepreneurial spirit, and growing talent pool have the potential to reclaim its place on the global stage. The country may have faced setbacks, but its foundation for success remains strong, hinting at a future where it could rise once more. The story of the Philippines is far from over. A new chapter is emerging, one filled with renewed possibilities. Once dismissed by skeptics and overlooked by global investors, the Philippines is beginning to prove that underestimation was a costly mistake. This moment raises an important question. Is the country on the brink of another economic breakthrough? During the Marcos era, the Philippines initially appeared to be entering a golden age of economic growth. The government embarked on ambitious infrastructure projects that promised modernization and development. However, beneath the surface, a dangerous reality was unfolding. A mounting foreign debt crisis, coupled with crony capitalism, led to long-term economic instability. By the time the dictatorship was toppled in the People Power Revolution of 1986, the nation was in deep trouble, burdened by high debt, industries in decline, and shattered investor confidence. Meanwhile, a different story was unfolding elsewhere. Singapore, which once lagged behind the Philippines in economic performance, began to rise dramatically. Under the disciplined leadership of Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore embraced business-friendly policies, streamlined regulations, and attracted multinational corporations. The contrast between the two nations was stark. While Singapore soared ahead with efficient governance and visionary planning, the Philippines became mired in political interference, excessive bureaucracy, and inconsistent policies, missing out on opportunities that could have propelled it to the top. But the Philippines narrative didn't end there. As the late 20th century transitioned into the early 21st, the country began to rebuild. Successive governments implemented reforms aimed at attracting foreign investors. Key sectors such as business process outsourcing, BPO, real estate, and renewable energy experienced notable growth. By the 2010s, the Philippines saw an economic resurgence. Foreign investment poured in, credit ratings improved, and confidence returned. Yet, despite these advances, the nation remained weighed down by deep-rooted challenges. Inadequate infrastructure, persistent corruption, and protectionist policies continued to prevent the Philippines from realizing its full potential. The pivotal question today isn't whether the Philippines possesses the talent or resources to compete globally. It clearly does. The question is whether it can break free from the obstacles of the past and finally take its rightful place among the world's economic powerhouses. Visionaries like Elon Musk have a remarkable ability to see opportunities before anyone else. In the Philippines, Musk recognized the shifting tide. Reform-minded leaders in the country began advocating for transparency, economic liberalization, and digital transformation. Slowly but surely, the Philippines started finding its place again on the global stage. The emergence of technology-driven industries, efforts in renewable energy, and ongoing infrastructure modernization have transformed the Philippines into a more attractive destination for foreign investors. Musk, always ahead of the curve, understood the potential to capitalize on these developments before larger players caught on. His willingness to act early was a testament to his belief in the Philippines' future. As foreign investment gains momentum, one question persists. Will the Philippines finally escape the cycle of missed opportunities and political setbacks, or will it fall back into the same traps that have hindered progress for decades? But here's the twist. The trajectory of the Philippines is no longer bound by its past challenges. The foundations of resilience, creativity, and innovation are alive and well. The country has the talent, the vision, and the determination to redefine its path forward. With the rise of Filipino entrepreneurs, technology professionals, and reformers, the Philippines has a genuine chance to break free from old limitations. Its growing prominence in industries such as tech, energy, and infrastructure signals a brighter future ahead. For those who once underestimated this nation, the proof is now undeniable. The Philippines is poised for greatness. The Philippines is entering a transformative era, one that promises to redefine its place in the global economy. Experts predict that by 2030, the country will emerge as one of Asia's largest economies, rivaling established powerhouses like Japan, South Korea, and India. With a young, dynamic workforce, a booming tech industry, and innovations backed by visionaries like Elon Musk, the Philippines is evolving at an unprecedented pace. The question now is whether this is the moment the nation finally hits its stride. Silicon Valley may have been the birthplace of countless technological breakthroughs, but cities like Manila and Cebu are rapidly rising as global innovation hubs. Once known primarily as an outsourcing destination, the Philippine tech industry has undergone a remarkable transformation. Today, it stands as a leader in artificial intelligence, robotics, and even space exploration. Filipino engineers are no longer confined to supporting roles in Tesla's AI division. They are spearheading the development of self-driving technology and neural networks that are revolutionizing industries worldwide. But this is only the beginning. The Philippines' role in space exploration is expanding at an explosive rate. Filipino scientists and the engineers are collaborating with SpaceX on ambitious projects, including the colonization of Mars and the constructions of advanced space stations. Locally developed satellites and cutting-edge aerospace innovations are now entering the trillion-dollar space industry. Filipino-led research institutions are making groundbreaking advancements in sustainable energy innovations that could power long-term space missions. The Philippines is no longer just a participant in the tech world. It is actively shaping the future of artificial intelligence, space travel, and energy solutions. Gone are the days when the Philippines was primarily associated with remittances from overseas workers. By 2030, the country is expected to transform into a magnet for high-tech manufacturing and global investments. Cutting-edge semiconductor plants and AI-powered factories are emerging across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, solidifying the Philippines' position as a unique tech hub. The nation is diving into the next frontier of innovation, exploring everything from electric vehicle components to quantum computing chips and advanced biomedical technologies. Philippine-made technology is no longer a niche. It is becoming indispensable across industries in Europe, North America, and Africa. As the Philippines rises, billionaires who once overlooked its potential are now scrambling to catch up. Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, is feeling the pressure as tech giants like Meta, Apple, and Amazon race to establish a foothold in this rapidly growing economic frontier. But here's the catch. They're too late. The Philippines is no longer a sleeping giant. It has become the next big player in the global tech landscape. Elon Musk has already secured partnerships, cultivated talent, and helped build the infrastructure necessary for success. The country has fostered its own tech unicorns and homegrown brands in industries once dominated by Western giants. This raises a critical question. What does this mean for the West? The opportunity to tap into the raw potential of the Filipino people was always there. Western investors and corporations could have collaborated, invested, and grown alongside a nation poised for greatness. Instead, they ignored the warning signs, dismissing the intelligence, skill, and ambition of a people eager to rise. Now, the world is changing, and the Philippines is no longer just a developing country. It is a powerhouse in the making. Will the West finally wake up and recognize the Philippines' ascent, or will they continue to underestimate its people until it's too late? Elon Musk warned them, but they didn't listen. The story of the Philippines is far from over. It is just beginning. With the right leadership, strategic investments, and the relentless determination of its people, the country is on a clear path to greatness. The rise of the Philippines is not just about economic growth, it's about innovation, resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges. Filipino engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs are proving that they are not just participants in the global economy, they are leaders shaping its future. From pioneering advancements in AI and robotics to driving breakthroughs in sustainable energy and space exploration, the Philippines is setting new standards for what is possible. As the nation continues to evolve, it is becoming a magnet for global talent and investment. Its young, educated workforce is fluent in the language of technology and innovation, making it an ideal destination for high-tech industries. The Philippines' strategic location, coupled with its commitment to modernization, positions it as a key player in the global economy. The world is finally starting to take notice, but the question remains, will the West act in time to collaborate with this rising powerhouse, or will they miss out on the opportunities it presents? The Philippines is no longer waiting for recognition. It is forging its own path, driven by the creativity, resilience, and determination of its people. The future of the Philippines is bright, and its story is one of transformation, ambition, and success. As the nation continues to rise, it serves as a reminder that greatness is not defined by past challenges, but by the ability to overcome them and build a better future. The Philippines is proving that it is not just a player in the global economy, it is a force to be reckoned with.